What's going on, everyone? Sunday, February 4th, 2024. Today, I am in Chelmsford, Massachusetts at the Forefathers Burial Ground. I've been in here a couple times years ago, never really taken a close look around. So I'll turn the camera around and show you some stuff in a minute. This place was established, they say sometime around 1655. And the first recorded burial was in 1690. And that woman, I forget her name off the top of my head, but so that's what I'm on the search for, is her grave from 1690. But there's a lot of old graves in here. So I'm just going to take a look around. It's kind of wild. When I was reading about this place, they have no exact count on how many people are buried here, because before they started keeping records, grave markers were like made of wood and they're just rotted and gone, and there's no real paths. There's one kind of access point over here for vehicles, but other than that, kind of don't know where you're walking. Like, you're probably walking over graves no matter where you're walking through here. So I'm just trying to tread lightly, be respectful. I'm not going to be able to see the whole place because it's very hilly and uneven, and there's a lot of snow and ice. So there's some places I don't think I'm going to be able to get to. Here's just kind of a quick overview. I'm kind of standing at the peak of the hill that this is on. And then there's more like down the hill over there. A lot of what I've seen so far is from about this time frame, late 1800s. That one's 1888. A lot of them are hard to read, you know, obviously over time. They get worn out and covered with the elements. 1885, 1877. Here's one. Mrs. Mary Farmer, born April 20th, 1798. Died December 22nd, 1880. So someone that was alive in the 1700s. Here's another one, Joshua Hunt. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Olive Chamberlain, wife of Joshua Hunt. Born August 10th, 1768. Crazy. The dog over here doesn't like my presence. I'm certainly no history expert, but I definitely appreciate it more the older I get. You know, it's easy to read about stuff from 1700s, 1600s, whatever it was, especially in this area, New England, all the different battles that were fought here and all the history. But when you actually start seeing evidence right in front of your face of, you know, people that lived back then, it's pretty wild, if I'm being honest. It's a pretty interesting headstone there. I tried reading the inscription on it, but it's too difficult to see. Name is Russell. These all seem to be newer, I mean, relatively speaking, to the rest of the cemetery. Most of these people have passed in the early 1900s. Also, right across the street, that building, if anybody's ever had Chelmsford ginger ale, that used to be the Chelmsford ginger ale factory. Now it's still called Ginger Ale Plaza, but now there's a bank and coffee shop and Bertucci's. There's an old well. Oh, I was gonna see if it still worked, but it looks like the handle is welded. Oh, maybe not. Let's see. No. Non-operational. Look at this one and those over there. Seems like they're new. They're replacements or something. I'm not sure. They're in really good shape. I would say they've definitely been restored or something, because that says died July 12th, 1862. And I mean, oh, that one's 1897. Yeah, so these were all mid to late 1800s, early 1900s, this Park family, but it's in really good condition. Same with those over there. I think I'm in the old, probably original section of the cemetery. These are all early 1800s, and having a hard time figuring out where to walk because I don't want to just trample over graves. But I mean, you can see it's just kind of chaotic how they're all just piled in here. So still in the search for 1690. Look at this one. Norris Adams, I think that says. Died February 1st, 1818, aged 6 weeks. Yikes. Okay, here's the oldest one, or one of the oldest ones I found. Here lies the body of Mr. Jonas Adams, who died. Holy crap, that scared me. There's a church right there. Jiminy Christmas. Mr. Jonas Adams, who died January 18th, 1792, in the 81st year of his age. That's what it says. So that means he was born, well, early 1700s. I'm not a math wizard. Here's another one, 1781. I think I might be getting close to 1690. Again, you can see how these are just like piled on top of each other, all these headstones. It's interesting too, all these older ones from 1700s, like this one, 1767, they all say are kind of the same headstones. They have that face at the top, say memento mori. Here lies the body of, you know, this one happens to be Sarah Perham, but they all have the same kind of thing. Here's one over here, memento mori, here lies the body. Memento mori, here lies the body. Interesting that they all sort of have the same headstone. So this one, it's hard to see, but that one's 1749. see how, like, they're just very difficult to read, a lot of these old ones. Can't even see the date on there. There's a map over there. That's an old schoolhouse. There's a map over by that. I'm gonna go look at and see if I can figure out where this 1690 grave is. The woman's name is Grace Livermore. And that's what I'm in search of still. So that one might be the oldest now. That's 1740, I think is what it says. Body of Samuel. I don't know. I can't read the last name. Some of these names are from back then are pretty awesome though. There's Olive and Zabulon. That's something I've never heard before. This one you can see broke, and it's been repaired, put back together with some steel. So here's the map, and if I'm here, this is where the 1690 grave is. Man, it's just hard to figure out where that is, and who knows how well it's marked. I think I'm going to take a picture of this and walk back over in that direction. Okay, here it is. I can't believe I actually found this thing. It is very difficult to read. I realized I was standing in this area for about 10 minutes. Based on the map, I figured out it was in this area. I've been trying to read all the headstones, and then I saw this marker which has a number 1 on it, and the map also has a number 1 next to her name. So then I was just trying to figure out which one of these it was. This is it. It is very hard to read, and with the shadows, probably not, but it says, "Here lies the body of," let's see if I can point it out where the more church bells. So there's her first name, Grace. Yeah, so here lies the body of Grace Livermore. Died 1690. That's wild. Crazy stuff. Apparently she was a midwife and was responsible for doing midwife stuff around here back then. But I'm just glad I found this. All right, well, a little something different today. I don't know how much anyone enjoyed this, but I had fun. It's kind of like a scavenger hunt, and kind of neat, just poking around the cemetery, seeing all these old headstones and a little bit of the history. A lot of the names are names you sort of recognize from around town, street names and stuff like that. But thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you. Bye-bye.